If one of your goals for 2025 is to start sewing better, I have a short list of things that I think would be fantastic to start doing. I'm not going to give you the standard trim your seams, press your seams. You already know that. And what I have on my list, you may already know as well, but perhaps you've been dragging your feet to start. I'm going to share those with you and hopefully you'll be inspired to start this year. If you are new here, my name is Brittany of BrittanyJJones.com. I am a sewing content creator and pattern designer for Know Me Patterns. Let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I have on my list to start sewing better in 2025 is to learn to take body measurements. There's no way you're going to be able to sew garments that fit your body nicely if you do not take proper measurements. There are lots of different measurement charts online that will show you how to stand and where to wrap the measuring tape around you. So I highly encourage you to look at those charts. That way you know you are wrapping the measuring tape around you in the proper place. Once you're comfortable with taking your body measurements, I recommend taking them before you start a new project. I don't know about you, but my body goes up and down, okay? Listen, I need to make sure that my body measurements is the same, and it doesn't take a lot of time just to wrap the measuring tape around you to make sure that you're getting the same number that you had previously. If not, then you know maybe you need to go up a size or you need to go down a size, or you can just cut the same size. But just having that information before you start cutting a pattern will save you so much heartache in the end if you know that you're making something that is for the measurements that you currently are. So number one on my list is to learn to take body measurements so that you'll be able to sew better in 2025. The next one on my list is after you learn how to take those body measurements, now we need to start making a muslin. I'm talking to myself with that one because me and making a muslin, it's always been in my mind. I've always looked at it as a waste of time. I don't want to sew this garment twice. I just want to sew it and be done with it. But my mindset is starting to change and starting to shift because the muslin or tulle, whatever you prefer to call it, is not time wasting. It's actually time saving and money saving. Just because the measurements are good and I have found the right size on the pattern, I may still need to do a sway back adjustment or a forward shoulder adjustment or a bicep adjustment or a full bust adjustment or a full seat adjustment. Like, my measurements are good, but I could still use, just some tiny adjustments to make the fit even better. And that's where the muslin comes in at. And that's what I'm currently wrapping my brain around because, again, it's not wasting my time. It's actually saving my time and my money because I don't want to cut into my good fabric just to get to the end of the project and it doesn't fit. And I just wasted hours making a garment. And don't let it be a pair of jeans and you did all this fancy top stitching. Like, making a muslin is number 2 on my list on what we can start doing in 2025 to sew better. Number 3 on my list, and this one just continues to roll with the top 3, and that is learning the fit adjustments. There are so many books and resources that are available that walk you through step by step, and videos here on YouTube that walk you through step by step how to do certain adjustments to get you a better fit in your garment. So after you have taken your measurements, after you have made the muslin, if you do see that there are some adjustments that need to be made, you need to be able to identify what adjustments you need to make and then apply those adjustments to the pattern. So learning fit adjustments is just as important as learning how to take your measurements. It's like they go hand in hand because there is no pattern, unless you're drafting it yourself, there is no pattern that somebody else made that's going to fit you perfectly. Every now and then you may come across a pattern that you go, oh my gosh, I didn't have to make no adjustments to this and it fits me great. Perfect. Make that one 1,000 times, okay? But 9 times out of 10, a commercial pattern, an indie pattern is not going to fit your body perfectly. You are going to have to make some sort of an adjustment, small or big, that you have to do so that a pattern fits you the way you want it to fit. I'll link below in the description box some of my favorite books that I often reference when I am sewing, just to keep myself learning, because it's so important to be a student of your craft and what you're passionate about. Never stop learning. You can also invest in yourself, take some fit classes, and lots of things online. So just take time to learn and invest in your craft so your garments will fit you the way that you desire them to fit. If one of your goals this year is to learn how to sew using commercial patterns, but you get overwhelmed with all of the information on the envelope, I have a 4-part series here on YouTube where I'll walk you through how to understand a pattern envelope. We cover all the information on the front of the envelope, the back, as well as the instruction guide. And in the last video of the series, we sew a project together. Check the description box below if you want to watch that series. The next thing on my list is learn fabrics in 2025. I see a lot of comments where people have a hard time deciding what type of fabric fabric will be great for a project. Most patterns have suggested fabrics on them, but if you don't know what those suggested fabrics are, it's still hard to decide what you would like to make the garment out of. So my 3 top tips for that is, number 1, go to your closet and just start to look at the contents of the things that you have already bought. If you have a lot of cotton in your closet, you may like the way cotton feel on your skin. If you have a lot of linen, you may like the linen. If you have a lot of nice and drapey fabrics, like, just look at the contents of the things that you have already bought and just start there. My second thing is to go to the stores. If you have a store near you, any type of craft store, even Walmart, if they have like a little sewing section in there. That's where I started to learn about fabrics. I would just go to Walmart and just feel. Once you start to feel the fabrics, you see what you like, you can look at the contents and just start to write down, okay, I like this cotton blend. It has a little bit of jersey in it. I like that. I like the way that feels. I like this linen blend. It has some viscose in it. I love that. I like this rayon. I love the way it drapes. So again, once you start to feel fabrics, you will know what you like, and you'll be more confident in deciding what you want to make the garment out of when you go shopping. If you don't have that, if it's not available for you to go to a store, then I will highly suggest you start ordering swatches from online. There are a lot of fabric stores that offer little swatches where they can send you a little piece of the fabric and it'll have the contents on it. You can take that and start to make your own swatch book. If you don't want to purchase any swatches, then you can also get fabric books. Check the description box. There's 2 that is like my top favorite. I'll link my favorite because there's one, can't think of the name of it, but it lists out the fabric. It talks about the type, the needle to sew with, the interfacing to use, how to press it, how to care for it, all the things. So I can't tell you enough how much books, videos, blogs, courses, and classes, just things to help you further your learning, is going to be fantastic, and what I highly recommend we all get into so that we're making better garments that we love and that we will keep in our closet for years to come. The next thing that I have on my list that we should start doing is we should start taking time to fix mistakes. They have seam rippers for a reason. There is nothing to be ashamed about that you have to use a seam ripper. There's nothing to be ashamed about that you made a mistake. We all make mistakes when we're sewing. None of us are perfect. In my opinion, it's kind of hard to make something perfect if you're imperfect. Like, a mistake may happen and it's okay if it happens, but not taking time to fix the mistake is where you are hindering your learning, because the learning is actually in fixing the mistake. I'm not talking about if a mistake happens and you try to fix it, you understand why it happened, and it's like, okay, you know what? I made a mistake. Got it. I'm saying you repeatedly make the same mistake because you haven't taken time to fix the mistake, to learn why you keep making the mistake. When all you have to do is just slow down, take your time, unpick it, and just kind of walk back through the steps to figure out what went wrong. Everyone makes mistakes. It's okay. It's how we learn and we get better. And if you can't fix it after you tried to fix it, you will at least know what happened, what went wrong, and then you can go, okay, I'm not going to do this again. You know what I'm saying? So again, in 2025, I encourage you to fix any mistakes that come up. We all make them. It's okay. Just learn from them, fix them, and then move on. I'm really excited about this year and all my sewing plans and projects that I have queued up that I'm ready to sew and share. So I'm definitely going to be implementing these tips, especially the one on making a muslin. I've already purchased some muslin fabric, so I'm excited to get started. If you enjoyed this video and you are ready to start sewing in 2025, check out these videos here that'll get you started on how to read and understand commercial patterns. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Blessings, everyone. Bye.